Two friends graduate from college on the same day. They get the same job. They earn almost the same salary. 5 years later, one has over $120,000 invested. The other has almost nothing. What's strange is that neither of them won the lottery. Neither started a business, neither received an inheritance. They lived in the same city, drove to the same office, and even went out together most weekends. From the outside, their lives looked almost identical. But every month, one of them quietly made a different decision. Not one big decision, 10 small ones. Decisions that most people don't even think about anymore. And that's what separated their financial future. Because wealth isn't usually destroyed by one catastrophic purchase, it's slowly drained away by things that used to make sense, but simply don't anymore. This isn't about becoming cheap. It's about refusing to overpay for things that no longer deliver the value they once did. The world has changed, prices have changed, companies have changed, but most people's spending habits haven't. Today, I'm going to show you 10 things that simply aren't worth your money anymore, and why avoiding them isn't about sacrifice. It's about buying back your future. Let's begin. Rule number 1: convenience has become a luxury. There was a time when grabbing food on the way home actually saved money. Now, it often does the opposite. Imagine buying lunch for $18 every workday. That doesn't sound life-changing until you realize that's around $360 every month, more than $4,000 every year. Now, imagine investing that money instead. Over 20 years, the difference isn't just a few $1,000s, it's tens of thousands. But here's what most people miss. You're not paying for food, you're paying a convenience premium every single day. And the strange part is, after a few weeks, the convenience doesn't even feel special anymore. It becomes normal. The habit stays, the money disappears, nobody notices because it's never one huge purchase. It's $20 here, $15 there, another coffee, another delivery fee, another service charge, death by 1,000 tiny transactions. Rule number 2, buying the newest phone every year. The marketing is brilliant. Your phone suddenly feels old, even though yesterday you loved it. The camera is slightly better. The screen is slightly brighter. The processor is slightly faster. But your daily life? Almost identical. Most people use their phones for messaging, videos, maps, and social media. A 4-year-old flagship phone already does those things incredibly well. Yet people spend another $1,000 just to solve a problem they didn't have. It gets worse. Many people don't even buy the phone. They finance it, which means they're paying interest on something that's already losing value. Imagine upgrading every 2 years for 10 years. Now compare that with keeping each phone for 5 years instead. The difference could easily fund an investment portfolio. Nobody talks about that comparison because there isn't much money to be made telling people to keep what already works. Rule number 3, subscriptions you barely remember. Streaming, apps, cloud storage, premium memberships, fitness platforms, music services, AI tools. It starts with one, then another, then another. Eventually, your bank statement becomes a collection of tiny monthly payments. $5, $12, $20. None of them feel expensive. Together, maybe $200 every month. That's $2,400 every year. The hidden cost isn't just the money, it's that subscriptions become invisible. Companies know this. That's why everything moved from one-time purchases to monthly payments, because people question a $200 purchase. They rarely question 10 separate $20 charges. Rule number 4, luxury brands bought for status. There's nothing wrong with buying quality. Quality usually lasts longer. Quality can save money. Status is different. A plain white t-shirt and a designer t-shirt might come from factories only a few miles apart. One costs $20. The other costs $250. The extra $230 isn't improving your life. It's improving someone else's profit margin. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people aren't buying luxury products because they love the products. They're buying them because they hope other people notice. But think about the last stranger you walked past. Can you remember what shoes they wore? Probably not. Everyone is too busy thinking about themselves. The social approval we imagine rarely exists. Rule number 5, brand new cars. Cars solve one problem, getting from one place to another, yet somehow they become symbols of success. Someone spends $45,000 on a brand new SUV. Someone else buys the same model that's 3 years old for $28,000. Both arrive at work at exactly the same time. Both drive the same distance. Both park in the same parking lot. But one person lost thousands of dollars before finishing the drive home from the dealership. Depreciation doesn't ask whether you're ready. It simply starts. And when you finance that purchase, you're paying interest on something that's shrinking in value every single day. That's one of the few situations where time works against you instead of for you. Rule number 6, buying things because everyone else is. Social media has quietly changed spending forever. People used to compare themselves with neighbors. Now they compare themselves with millions of strangers, luxury vacations, perfect apartments, designer furniture, expensive restaurants. None of it appears by accident. You're seeing carefully selected highlights, not the credit card bill afterward. Comparison creates artificial needs. Suddenly, your perfectly good couch feels outdated. Your vacation feels boring. Your clothes seem old. Nothing in your life changed, only your reference point did. That's one of the most expensive psychological tricks ever created. Rule number 7: extended warranties on almost everything. Retailers love them because they're incredibly profitable. And think about it, you buy a $400 appliance, the warranty costs another $80. You're told you're protecting yourself. But statistically, most products either fail very early or last far beyond the warranty period. That's why companies confidently sell these plans. They've already done the math. They know they'll usually keep your money. Fear sells better than logic. Rule number 8: furniture that sacrifices quality for trends. Every few years, a different style becomes fashionable. People replace perfectly functional furniture simply because it no longer matches what's popular online. Meanwhile, solid wood furniture often lasts decades. Cheap, trendy furniture sometimes struggles to survive one move. The cheapest purchase isn't always the lowest price. Sometimes it's the item you only buy once. Rule number 9: impulse purchases disguised as rewards. This one is dangerous because it sounds responsible. I worked hard. I deserve this. And sometimes you do. The problem is when every stressful week ends with shopping. Your brain starts connecting spending with feeling better. Shopping becomes emotional instead of practical. Companies understand this incredibly well. Limited time offers, flash sales, exclusive drops, everything is designed to make you feel that buying now will solve today's emotions. Usually, it only creates tomorrow's financial stress. Rule number 10: ignoring opportunity cost. This might be the biggest one of all. Every dollar has two jobs. The first is obvious: it buys something today. The second is invisible: it could have grown into something tomorrow. When people spend $500, they only see what they gained. They rarely think about what they gave up. That's opportunity cost. And it's the hidden expense behind almost every financial decision. Imagine two people. One spends an extra $500 every month on things that no longer provide meaningful value. The other invests that same amount consistently. Year after year, the gap starts small, almost invisible. Then one day, it isn't. One person has options, the other has obligations. Remember those two friends from the beginning? People often assume the wealthier one must have earned more, taken bigger risks, been luckier. But the truth is much simpler. One learned to recognize when something stopped being worth the money. The other kept spending according to habits that belonged to a different economy. That's what quietly changed everything. Building wealth isn't about never spending, it's about making sure every dollar still earns its place. Because the most expensive purchases aren't always the biggest ones. They're the small ones you stop questioning. And once you start questioning them, you'll never look at money the same way again.